guys? Thanks for tuning into the channel. Today's chat is brought to you by On Story Parkway and Talk to Me, both available on Amazon. I've known Phil Garner since early 90s, and John Adam I've known as a good friend for 5 years, and we all got together to talk.
Wegman was an interesting guy. And he's actually pitching pretty good as the year goes on. And we get down to where Toronto is ahead of us, and we're going head and head against Toronto. And when I look at the lineup, Joe, what was the big right-handed hitter that Toronto had?
Joe Carter.
Yeah, Joe Carter. Joe Carter
he
hit like
wear
480.
Wegman out.
Oh, he hit like 485 against Wegman, and in 3 years had like 15 home runs and drove in like 30 runs against Wegman alone. I mean, he was a one-man wrecking crew against Wegman. So I call Wegman in, and Wegman's going to start that night against Toronto. I call him in, and I said, Bill, now when I came in, I was a little old school. So I called Bill Wegman in, and I said, Bill, I'm looking at the stats here, and I'm seeing where Carter just absolutely wears you out. Now, here's the thing. It's entirely appropriate for a guy that's beating you up that bad just to hit him hit him with a pitch, just to send him a message that says, you're killing me, and I'm going to give you a little pain here. Now, don't hit him in the head. You can just, hit him in the hiney, wherever you're going to hit him. And Wegman says to me with a straight face, he says, I can't do that. And I said, what are you talking about? You can't do that. And he said, well, it's against my religion. Well, my dad's a Baptist minister.
Yeah.
And so I tell Wegman at the time, I said, well, Bob, I don't think religion's got anything to do with this. I mean, is God more on Carter's side than he is on your side in this deal? Because the fact remains Carter's beating you up. So I tell Bob this. I said, Bob, Bill, if it's a situation in the game and Carter comes up with a bunch of men on base, I'm going to take you out. I can't let this happen. Yeah. Well, as fate would have it, in the fourth inning, bases are loaded, and the Bills pitching, and here comes Carter to the plate. I take him out of the game. Now, Bill doesn't say anything to me. I mean, he's a professional. He doesn't say anything, but I take him out of the game. I don't remember how the game goes. But fast forward a couple of starts later, and you might remember this. We're in Chicago playing the White Sox, and Wegman is pitching. And the catcher Wegman's in a little bit of trouble, and I have to leave him out there because we didn't have much in the bullpen. So I got to leave him out there. And the catcher, Korkovice, comes to the plate with a couple of guys on base. And Korkovice is another one of the guys that have been hurting us pretty bad. So the first pitch to Korkovice is up and in. And the second pitch is a farther up and in. And I turned to my pitching coach, Skid Row, who we call Don Rowe, and I said, Don, if I didn't know any better, I swear he's trying to throw at him. Well, the next pitch, he throws in and knocks Korkovice down, which the umpire at the time, who is named Rocky Rowe, throws his hands up, and he throws Wegman out of the game. For trying to hit him. Bill Wegman. So I go up to the umpire at Rocky Rowe, and I said, Rocky, why are you throwing him out? He says, because he's trying to hit him. And I said, well, let me tell you a story. I tell him about the conversation I had with Bill about a week earlier, and he doesn't got to hit anybody. And Rocky says, well, what do you want me to do? I thought he was pitching. I said, well, I tell you what, I'm so proud of Bill for throwing at him that you got to throw me out of the game too. And he said, well, you've not done anything. And I said, well, I'm going to start throwing my hands in the air and yelling like I'm yelling at you. So you throw me out of the game. So I threw my hands up in the air, started yelling at him, and he threw me out of the game. And I went in and shook Bill Wegman's hand and said, I'm real proud. I'm real proud of what you did.